So, this is another video I've been wanting to do for a while now, but I keep putting it off, and I was just thinking about it and decided to do it. I might do an update like a week from now, once my tongue isn't so swollen so you can really understand what I'm saying at points. If you're wondering why I'm talking like this, see my previous videos. This is day 4 that I've had my tongue pierced, so I'm still swollen and everything like that. But what I wanted to talk about, another thing, I'm going to swallow a lot and say a lot. If you don't want to watch my other videos, my tongue is super swollen. When your tongue is super swollen because of the piercing, it means I'm going to be swallowing a lot. You might see me start drinking some water and stuff like that to try to bring some of the swelling down and some of the saliva out of my mouth. Anyway, my husband and I have been together for almost 3 years now, been married for just about 2. And we decided when we first got married, we didn't want to have kids yet. We didn't want to have kids yet. So I went into the doctor and I got Implanon put in my arm. And that's the arm bar. I'm sorry if I'm not saying it correctly. I can't really talk. But I went in and got that in, deciding, yeah, 3 years would be a good time. 3 years into the marriage. You know, and about 6 months in, I decided I couldn't stand it anymore. They had placed it wrong or something. They had placed it on top of a nerve, and it was causing me a lot of pain. I couldn't sleep very well at night. If I touched that spot, it was always warmer than it should be, and it always hurt. So, you know, I didn't have a good time of it, and my husband and I were both kind of like, babies everywhere. Maybe we should try. I don't know. We'll decide after I get it out. So that's what we did. I went ahead and got it out. The doctor put me on prenatals just to be safe and said it could take up for a year for it to get out of my system, but most people it didn't take that long. So we're like, okay, if it happens right away, it happens right away. That was God's plan. We believe in God. If you don't, I'm sorry. No need to go all religious on me. And if we don't, then oh well, you know, it's no big deal. We've been married like 7 months, 8 months now. If we don't get pregnant right away, ooh, no big deal. We don't care. We can, you know, enjoy each other's company. But one thing about my past is from the age of about 14 when I got my first period, I was never regular. Ever. I would go 4, 6 months, 8 months between a period, and then it might last 2 days, it might last 10 days. My periods have never been regular. When I was about 17, I'm 21 now, I was put on birth control pills just for that. I didn't lose my virginity till 19 or anything like that, so, you know, it wasn't for that. It was legitimately just for regulating my periods because they were that bad. My doctor back home he was kind of set in his ways, so he never really tested me for anything. I didn't know what PCOS was then, so, you know, I wouldn't have fought for it. I just thought, okay, my body's weird. I'm not having normal periods. And I took my last dose of birth control pills right before I got the implant on my arm. So, that's my husband now. You know, I got it taken out. I didn't have a period. I had a few spotting periods throughout the 6 months it was in my arm, but no real, this is a 5 to 7 day long period. It'd be like a day worth of itty bitty spotting, maybe 2 days worth of spotting. And then I got it out. And he's military, by the way. So any of you guys that are familiar with military, you know about the doctors and how things don't always work like you want them to. Well, on this base, at this medical, like, it's not just the base people, it's everybody off base has the same trouble. Our insurance, TRICARE, makes it harder. They recommend waiting a whole year of trying before going into the doctors. And with TRICARE, they say you have to wait a year of trying before we even think about sending you to a specialist. So, that explains some of it further on. But we did start trying right away. My husband was kind of, you know, you kind of watch. Usually it's the girl. It's like, I want to be pregnant. In this case, it was reversed. My husband's like, I wouldn't mind. Do you have a baby in there? Do you? Do you? In the first few months, I'd take a test probably more often than normal people who were trying would. Excited, hoping, okay, I haven't gotten a period this month. Maybe that means I'm pregnant. Oh, I haven't gotten a period this month. Maybe that means I'm pregnant. And, nothing. At the 6-month mark without a period, and after getting the bar out, I did call into the women's health here on base to see if I could get an appointment to talk to them about it, because I'm not pregnant. I'm not having a period. I need a period to get pregnant. And the chick, let me tell you, I ranted about this for a long time because I was so pissed off. I made an appointment with the receptionist. She told me it was on a Friday, but apparently she scheduled me for a Thursday. So when I didn't go in on Thursday, I got this chick calling me, being all pissy at me. Why you missed your appointment? Whatever. And she was yelling and screaming and throwing a fit. Very unprofessional. But she's like, if I'm sorry you're not pregnant yet, but we can't do anything for you for an entire year. You can come in, but what she's going to do is put you on birth control pills to start your period back up, and then you have to wait an entire year after that, because it has to be an entire year off birth control, and been trying. And I keep telling her, I've been on birth control pills before. All they did was regulate my period. The second I stopped taking them, because there were a few months I forgot to refill my prescription, the second I stopped taking them, that was the end of my periods. It didn't do anything for me after that. And she just kept talking through me, and it didn't matter what I was saying. Anyway, that's just the person there. She ended up scheduling me another appointment because I pressed hard enough. I go in, the women's health doctor, I usually didn't like her that well. She was kind of cold and mean, but this time she wasn't that bad. She's like, yeah, I understand. I don't like my girls not having periods for 3 months or more. So we'll put you on Provera, which is, look it up. I don't want to describe it. If you're going through any infertility issues, I'm sure you know what Provera is by now. So they gave me that, said, we can't do anything for you till the year mark is up. Sorry, I wish we could, but there's nothing we can do through TRICARE and the medical facility off base where the specialist is. So, the Provera was, you take it for 7 days, and then a couple days after that, it makes you have your period. So I come home, my husband and I are all psyched up and excited. I go on eBay and stock up some more ovulation kits, because I had bought like a set of 25 ovulation kits when we first started trying. But I learned really fast that there was always a really faint line, sometimes darker than others. But I never actually had it be positive. And if you don't know, positive with ovulation is the line has to be darker than the test line, or the same darkness. And I stocked up on some more pregnancy tests because, I was going crazy at that point and taking at least one a week. And, I know it makes me more disappointed. But, I stocked up on that. I was researching all over the internet. What are some things I can do, even old wives' tales, to make it so this time it would stick? And I picked up what are they called? The little cup things that meant for period that are like little cups, and you stick them up and it holds your blood, and then it, you take it out, whatever. I picked up some of those because I don't like using tampons, for goodness sake. So this kind of it freaked me out. But I was like, if it works, I don't care. That's all that matters, is it working. And I did all this other stuff. Right, like my husband was helping me swallow the pills, but I took the pills for 7 days. It took like 4 days, I think, and then my period started. And let me tell you, after like 10 months without a period at all, you would think that I would bleed and bleed and bleed and bleed, but I didn't, actually. It was a light period. It lasted 7 days on the dot. I started tracking. I started taking. A part of me was like, most ovulations don't happen for like a week and a half after your period ends, so I'll just wait till then to start testing for ovulation. But then I'm like, no, I'm too impatient. And I started testing the next day. And it was a good thing I did, because I ovulated 3 days, I think, maybe 4 days after my period. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think I did, because I never got a super dark test result. But I took one at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was almost as dark as the test line, darkest I've ever seen it. And then I took one the next day, and it was the same darkness, and then it slowly got lighter. So I assumed I ovulated that night. I wouldn't know, because I didn't actually take one at that time. And so, we did the baby dance, and I used the cup up and everything, and I did that the next few days just to be safe. I did test every single day, but it never got as dark as that day. And then it was like, I think 9 days after my ovulation that I got some slight spotting. I was so excited. I was like, 9 days after, this could be implantation bleeding. Greg, my husband, we did it. I think I might be pregnant. I should have kept my mouth shut because either I had a chemical pregnancy or it was just my period saying hi again, because it was only like 3 days, but it got heavier right in the second day, and then it went away on the third day. I didn't get any positive pregnancy tests. I thought I did, but I'm pretty sure that I had a phantom line there. Or I have line eyes, where I have to see a line there. And that was it. I'm like, okay, Provera is supposed to jumpstart your period. Next month, we'll have another chance. Don't worry, hon. We can do this. We'll get pregnant. It's only been 6 months. At least it hasn't been 6 years. And the next month, I didn't have a period. Next month after that, didn't have a period. I still took ovulation tests, and a couple times they got darker, but never got, I got to the point where I was taking one every 2 hours, and it never got to the point where they were the same darkness. I think I have the test strips floating around here somewhere. They never got any darker. I never got a positive pregnancy test. Next month, I can make my appointment for the year mark and hope, that I can go in and they'd be just like, oh, here's some chlamydia, have fun. But the doctor did say I'm based. They couldn't test me for it, which I really think is stupid. If you say, I'm pretty sure you have PCOS, you have every single symptom possible, you should be able to test for it. It's not even a, here, I want you to get pregnant. It's a, here, you're not having a period and you're having all these symptoms of a disease, I guess you want to call it. So here's something to fix it. But she did tell me she was pretty sure I had PCOS, but like I said, couldn't test for it. So, next month marks the year mark. And yes, I'm sure someone will go off at me at the comments saying, my sister, my brother, my best friend's cousin twice removed has been trying for 7 years and still no pregnancy, so you should be thankful it's only been a year for you. I know, and trust me when I say my heart breaks when I hear of anybody trying longer than 3 months for a pregnancy. At the same time, I want to strangle either okay, I'm going to be nice. I want to strangle lightly the 14-year-olds that are like, OMG, sex is so much fun, spread my legs to every guy, oh no, I'm pregnant, I don't know how. And the 16 and pregnant, I can't watch 16 and pregnant. I've tried, I've turned on the TV and for whatever reason it got flipped to MTV, and I wanted to throw something at the TV at these girls who are like, I had sex with this guy one time and I got pregnant. Shut your face, girl, because you're lucky. Or the couples that have been trying for 2 months and they come up and go, I understand your pain. I tried for 2 whole months before I got pregnant with this lovely 10-pound baby, and he's so cute and handsome, and oh, just kidding, I have twins. I'm glad, and I want to steal your baby and cuddle with it because I love babies. I do. But in the same time, if I meet someone that's like, yeah, I tried for 5 years before I got this baby, you'll get there. I want to hug them and say, bless your heart for trying for 5 years. Bless your heart. I'm so glad you have a child. Or you'll get there. Do something. If it's meant to be, it will happen. So please don't go off at me for trying for a year and being upset because I'm not pregnant. I have a right to be upset too because you don't see my husband's face. You don't see my face when somebody that I knew from high school announces that they're pregnant, and my husband, if he walks by a newborn, his face, it just glows like, there's a baby, I love the baby. And then he looks at me, and he doesn't cry, he won't cry, but you just watch his face fall, because he wants a baby so bad. And today we were going to the commissary, and for those who don't know, that's the grocery store here on base. and somebody was out walking her twins, and he's like, the babies, they're so cute. I want one. Then he looked at me and goes, Miranda, we're gonna look into adoption soon. 1 year, and that boy wants to look into adoption. I'm like, hon, we have 1 more month. Let's get into the specialist. If it's a quick and easy fix, hopefully it'll be a quick and easy fix, then, I still plan on adopting in the future. But if we can have one of our own first, I'd love that so much. And so would he. But I'm not going to lie, there isn't going to be another year go by without at least trying adoption. Because that way at least we're knowing we're doing something. Yes, it's not a cheap process. It's not an easy process. It's not a fast process. But I want to adopt. He wants to adopt. He was adopted himself. And I'm so thankful every day that his mom did what she did for him. And his sister. But, I don't know. I want the baby. He wants a baby. We'll get there. I know we will, whether we have to adopt a baby or adopt an older kid, or whether I'm blessed enough to get pregnant with one with a little bit of the specialist help. But I'll update this like a month from now. I'll do another update on it, saying if I got my appointment, because the official 1 year mark is in August, so it's 2 months from now. I'm going to make an appointment next month because it'll probably take like 3 months to get in. Hopefully not. But I'll update once I get into the specialist and say what they said. And, maybe I'll say, hey, I got super lucky. I'm one of those girls that you guys have been trying for a long time. Hey, because I took 1 round of Clomid and I'm pregnant. I'm not going to lie. If I hear that, I would want to smack someone. But I pray with all my heart that that's what happens. I know it won't. Okay, I don't know that it won't. I know it's very unlikely. But I really do hope that that's what happens. If you guys want to discuss, you can add me. I'll link my Facebook page down below, my business page, not my actual Facebook page, because I don't want, you crazy ones that are like, my best friend's cousin that was twice removed, sister's brother-in-law. We've been trying for 10, 15 years. Shut your face. I don't want you guys talking to me on Facebook. I don't. I'm sorry. But if you guys want to talk to someone, even if it's just down below in the comments, and, I'm here for you. I'm hoping that there are other women that are here that will, say, I tried for 3 years. I tried this drug, this drug, this drug, this drug. I went to this many specialists. I got stabbed with a needle this many times. I have a beautiful bouncing baby girl. I want to hear that. Yes, I'm going to have my baby face on. Don't make fun of my face. But it is a big reassurance. So this is what I've gone through so far. I'm really hoping this is something that I won't have to continue for a few years. But if it is, oh well. And hey, look, it's been 18 minutes. If you stayed with me this long, high five. I will update in a few months what's going on. Or if maybe, tomorrow I start bleeding vaginally, I'd go, yeah, period, maybe I'll ovulate this month. But probably not, It's been over a year now since my last real period that wasn't medically induced. So, Alright, good luck. Baby dust. Come on, spread it my way, spread it everybody else's way.